Hello, this is going to be a story of my journey in TFT so far. When TFT came out in the summer of 2019, I was playing 16 plus hours a day and quickly climbed to rank 1. And I was the first person to hit most LP marks, and I would only sleep for like 3 hours if I wasn't rank 1. I hit rank 1 and 2 for the first time shortly after, and the day I hit my goal, I got a DM from a rider asking if I wanted to play in Twitch Rivals the very next day. I was super excited because this was my first time playing in a major tournament in my life, and if you placed well, you got flown out to San Diego to play at TwitchCon at Twitch Rivals. And I told him that I would try to make the 12 p.m. call time for an event. So tired, I woke up at 12 p.m. the next day and proceeded to win 4 out of my 5 games, letting place first overall at Twitch Rivals. But there was only one problem. I was 23 years old, I've never left my house before, never traveled alone, I didn't go to college, and I had no social skills whatsoever. But it was okay because I was going to TwitchCon to meet like-minded individuals. So it's TwitchCon day 1, and I go to airport and like, yes, the smell of airport, I'm excited. As I arrived like 4 hours early for no reason, just sit there for like 2.5 hours looking at TFT on my phone. So I land in San Diego, and this is the first time I've been to California in my life. So I just look around and I'm just like, what is wrong with the trees? And why do they all look deformed here? I found out later they're called palm trees. So I take an Uber to the hotel, and I get there. As I'm checking in, they ask me to swipe my credit card. And the thing is, I have no idea how to use a credit card in real life because I have never done this before. So after like 30 seconds of struggling and swiping the wrong way, she shows me how and says, "You must be here for TwitchCon." And I'm like, yep, I am. After a full day of traveling, you already know what time it was. I quickly went into my hotel room and set up my laptop and started playing some TFT. But then shortly after, I ran into a problem. I didn't know where you got food and water from. So me and Solus end up going to a grocery store. We go in there, we both grab a case of water, and I'm still like a little kid. When I go shopping, I just look for what's already cooked. But then Solus says, "Wait a minute, there's a microwave in my room." And I was like, "Are you sure?" Because there was no microwave in my room. And he was like, "Yeah, there's a microwave in my closet." And I was like, "Bet." So we ended up buying like 15 cup noodles, and we're gonna heat up and eat it. My mom never let me eat cup noodles at home because she says it's unhealthy. So me and Solus check out carrying a case of water each and like 7 cup noodles. But now we had to go back to the hotel, which was like 5 streets away. So we pull up Google Maps and we walk up and down the street, not knowing which way to go. We're officially lost, so we just called Uber to come pick us up for about a 1-minute Uber drive. I was starting with some cup noodles, so we headed back to Sol's room. We go to his closet to check out his microwave so we could heat up our dinner to find out it was a freaking safe and not a microwave. Just an honest mistake, I guess, which probably most of us had made in our life, so I understand. So I ended up throwing away all the cup noodles because there was only a coffee water heater thing, which I didn't know how to use, so I just ended up ordering room service with a pizza. Day 2 rolls along. Honestly, I have not too many memories of TwitchCon 2019 because almost all we did was hang out in Solus' hotel room. The only person who knew how to IRL was Big Mike, and he ditched us to hang out with a girl. I remember the first time I met Bellum because this is my first interaction with a girl in real life in many years, so I had no idea what to say. So my strat when I'm nervous and awkward is to make it even more awkward and say the dumbest thing possible that comes to my head. So Bellum was talking about how she was still in school, and I just go, "Oh, so high school or college?" And then Soju just looks at me, "What do you think?" As if he would date a high schooler. And the next day, I run into Bellum and Soju again, and I just say to them, "Oh, are you the same girl from yesterday or a new girl?" Even though I already knew it was the same girl. Yeah, I didn't have as much Riz back then as I do today. Then it was Twitch Rivals time. It was the most nervous I've ever been in my entire life. I was playing in real life in front of a crowd with a camera for the first time ever. I couldn't think or play like how I normally did. I don't even remember what I placed, but it was not very good. After that, I went to have dinner with Running, Solus, Sleet, and Dark Hydra. I was 23 years old, and this was my second dinner in my life that I ever ate with friends. We didn't see much of Soju the entire trip. He pretty much just ditched us. I left TwitchCon placing pretty bad, honestly. I didn't really make too many new friends, and that trip, I spent most of it in Sol's hotel room. Nothing really happened for the rest of the set, and there was 0 torties or anything really from Riot's side. I ended up pushing a rank 1 to end the set, which is pretty cool, I guess, because it is the only thing I really have to show for my entirety of set 1. And I thought I was by far the best player in that set. It was fine because I was just proving myself in set 2, even though I didn't get to play in any of the big tourneys because they were pretty much influence invite only, which I understand. I quickly climbed to rank 1 and was a first hit masters and would hold a 200 to 300 LP gap for most of the season. I ended up even getting rank 1 and 2 again, which I was pretty proud of. I also got contacted by multiple orgs at this time, but I decided to go with Golden Guardians. Mainly because they had the lowest string number requirements, and my main goal at that time was just to be the best player in the world, which I don't know if I regret or not because Riot did literally nothing for set 1 and 2, and competitive TFT was kind of a joke. But I didn't really care at the time. I just grinded off stream 16 hours a day to hold insane LP gaps and just be ranked 1 and 2 and be the best player in the world. I also flew out for media day for Golden Guardians to shoot pictures and interviews and meet everyone.
What was your reaction when Golden Guardians approached you and wanted to bring you into the org? It was the best deal because little streaming requirement, and I'm really lazy when it comes to streaming. So I was happy. The deal was good.
You're probably one of my new favorite players ever. No!
When I found out there's gonna be no tourney for set 2 and I wasn't invited to set 3 tourney, I got pretty sad and just ended up taking a break for the rest of the set. I was wondering what I was doing was even worth it or not. Because I was pretty much rank 1 on the ladder for 70% of the game existence, but there wasn't really anything to play for. Set 3 was looking a bit better competitive-wise. There was some tournaments and a Worlds at the end of the set. I ended up winning Giant Slayer Season 1 tourney.
Delicious Milk, are you there?
Yo.
You did it.
Yes,
you played mech every game. You won the tournament.
Like, how bad is the state of the game, right? That you can win a competitive tournament where you just play the same comp that's a reroll comp.
And I also won the Cloud9 Nebula tournament. But more importantly, we got invited to a 5-man Twitch Rivals event. We're gonna play Legends of Runeterra, TFT, and League of Legends. The practice for League of Legends was really hard because League of Legends players would just see TFT players in the lobby and Tark grief us / dodge make us like take up to 1 hour to even find a game. We ended up winning the LOR event. We won the TFT event by a landslide, but the format was pretty much rigged from the start and all the points that were on the League of Legends game, so we ended up not placing too well in the Twitch Rivals. But at least it's some of the most fun I had in my life. Okay. I'm dead.
Can you just play it?
Oh, he's move on. He's double buff, bro. Keck W.
What the fuck?
Good luck, bro. Good luck up there.
The matchup is already impossible. Why did you do that?
Then regionals came along. This was the first time we were playing for a world slot. I was 100% without a doubt in my mind, even to this day, the best player in the tourney on that patch. But I remember having one of the most low roll games of my life into a format that was 24 players cut into 8. I ended up not qualifying for worlds that year, and I guess I didn't have much to show for TFT at this point. I was rank 1 for most of TFT. I won 4 tourneys, but nothing in TFT really matters at all besides worlds, and everything else is pretty much pointless. So set 4 launch, and this was finally gonna be the set where I proved myself. I climbed rank 1 pretty fast with better stats and less games played than anyone else. I was averaging a 2.1 and was thinking this would be my best set ever. Then I don't even know what happened. I just started not liking TFT more and getting pretty depressed with what I was doing in life. COVID was also happening around this time, so my org had to make budget cuts, so they cut almost all their TFT players. I had joined Golden Guardians being the 4th highest TFT tourney earner on the team, and after 2 years of playing TFT, I was still 4th. I was kind of questioning if trying so hard in TFT was even worth it or not because I was prioritizing being good at the game over anything else pretty much for the last 2 years. I ended up being pretty depressed and decided to take a break from the rest of the set and coming back during set 4.5. And somehow I ended up getting COVID at Christmas dinner with my family. When my brother came over and was like, sup, and gave my entire family COVID. And I was feeling sicker than I've ever had in my entire life. I was pretty much in my bed for 16 hours a day and didn't eat anything. I ended up just deciding to work on myself during this time and just take a break for the rest of the set. So I was 2.5 years deep into TFT with nothing to show for it, and I was wondering if this was it for me, and if I would ever come back in set 5.